Hi guys, and welcome to a workshop all focusing around handstands. So today we're going to be going through the bottom movement, which is a headstand, and working with building strength up through that movement. So start with, obviously we need to make sure this is progressive and we start at a base where we feel comfortable, and we can use it as a warm-up, and we only progress when we feel ready and feel comfortable. So we never skip in stages, because that is when we all know injury can occur, and that's not a fun place to be. So let's go through some warm-up drills, and again these warm-up drills are going to be progressive leading into that headstand, and then we'll run through some good headstand drills. But only remember, once you're ready, attempt these drills. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to get those forearms warm. So what we need to do is just going to rock backwards and forwards, fingers forwards, stretching out those wrists. Next, bringing those fingers back towards the knees. Same again, rocking forwards and backwards, just stretching out those wrists and forearms. Then placing our knuckles down on the floor and repeat. Stretching it out. Next, we're placing those hands above the head, and we're just taking one hand forward, one hand back, and just moving those wrists for our full range of movement, keeping those arms nice and straight. Into a few shoulder circles, just making sure everything's nice and warm, and the other way. From there we're going to go to some push-ups, so we're going to get those shoulders and chest muscles active. So knees to start with, elbows tucked in, chest down to the floor. Wait for the palms and the fingertips through the thumbs, evenly distributed. We're bending those fingers slightly, pressing through the floor, having those fingers spread. From there, we can come up onto the toes. Well done. From there, we're going to look to work in different ranges of movement with the shoulder. So we'll go for our most popular, so up dog, down dog. So moving those shoulders forwards and back. Also at the same time getting a lower back stretch going on. From there we're going to go into a core movement. So let's go for a sit-up to start with. So little baby sit-ups, coming up to the knee and back down. Just starting to get those muscles in the abdomen nice and warm. From there, going into a straight leg sit-up. And we want to try and keep this as strict as possible. So hands across the shoulders. Next, we want to talk about our neutral and hollow position. So hollow first. What we want to do is lie ourselves down flat, chin to chest, taking those shoulders off the floor. We're going to start to feel this engage. Now we need the glutes to engage, so we squeeze them. Tighten them up. We're just going to turn our toes out slightly, and then we lift the toes off the floor very slightly. Pushing that lower back into the floor, making sure we're not arching, so press down. You can put your hands down just to make sure, and then relax. We're just going to practice getting in and out of this position. So hollow, and relax. Hollow, and relax. Again, feet just off the floor slightly, squeezing the glutes. Pressing the lower back down, chin to shoulders, and relax. So now that should be feeling warm. Okay, next, checking out our shoulder strength to go into those headstands. So first of all, arms straight. All I want you to do is going to walk your feet forwards, and we're just going to tip our body weight forwards and back. The fingers facing forwards, tipping that body weight forwards and back. Getting all those shoulders warm. Well done. Right. Next, we're going to look to go into our headstand. So, what I would recommend is to make sure you've got something soft to put your head on, especially if the only thing you've got available is hard floor. And now we're going to talk about your positioning with your hands and your head. So we want a wide base, nice wide base, triangular base. The reason for that is a lot more balanced and a lot more efficient. So what we want to do is the head is at the top of the triangle, the hands at the base. So hands at the base, fingers nice and spread, just like in our warm-up. We're looking to get all that weight down the top of our head, not on the front, on the forehead, all on that top. Good, so we're in a strong position. This is your body's strongest position for neck. So, looking back underneath your legs, we're going to place your elbow onto your tricep, shifting that body weight forwards, and the other elbow onto the tricep. And we're just going to hold this here, fingers nice and spread, distribute that weight evenly. And you want to be able to hold this for 1 minute. Only then do we then progress to the next stage. So have a go, warm up for a minute, stay in that position. It's also about getting yourself used to being upside down. When you're first going upside down, it is unusual. It takes your body time to adjust, just like anything. Just like when we first learned to walk, it takes our body time to adjust. So, especially when we're going upside down, your brain is just not connected very well. So you've got to give your brain time to connect up what's going on. Also, talking about gymnastics, gymnastics is fantastic for proprioception. It's fantastic for body awareness, so then you're aware of what's going on with your body without looking. So when you're upside down, can you move your left side, your right side without being too confused? So once we can do that for a minute, we then can look to progress into the next stage. So, onto tricep, we bring the knees in together. So now we haven't got that support of the arms. We're going to point the toes, and same again. We are looking to hold this for a minute. And just like I said before, never skipping stages. This is now about creating strength for the wrists and for the neck, so that it's safe to go on to the next stage. Headstands are fantastic core strength exercise. Hopefully you start to feel that, your core having to switch on to stop yourself from going side to side, forwards and backwards. Next stage is now we are going to look to bring those feet up and try and get ourselves into a straight position, a pencil straight, slightly hollow position. Knees on elbow, knees come in. Looking to slowly bring those feet up. Pointing the toes, we're squeezing the butt, just like we did on the floor, and engaging the tummy. It might be worth taking a video of how you do this. So you can check to see whether or not you're too far forward, too far back, left, right. I have absolutely no idea without looking at this video if that was a really good hollow position. I felt balanced, and my glutes felt engaged, my tummy felt crunched. You just don't know until you either have someone tell you or you look back at the video. Same again, we're looking for 1 minute. Hold that position for 1 minute. Can you hold it for 1 minute and not feel too much strain or pressure through the neck, through the wrists and through the shoulders? That's when we can progress on to the next stage. The next stage is now looking at building strength within that core, okay? Without increasing the time which you're upside down. So we don't really, it's not necessary to increase that time beyond 1 minute. You don't want to put and load your neck up and your wrist up too much. So now we're going to look to how to make this more of a core emphasized exercise. So from here, taking stages again. So we're putting hands down, fingers spread, head, knee, knee, knees together, press them up. Keeping those legs straight as you can, bringing them down towards the floor, as far as you can, and then back up. Back into that hollow position, and then back down. Well done, and then safely back down. So what you're looking for is about a minute. We're not looking for reps, we're looking for about a minute of work, which can be anywhere between, if you're doing it slow, the slower the better. When we first start doing something, it's always best to do it slowly, because that's when we're going to get the most amount of benefit. So, Slow and steady. If you're doing 3 or 5 reps in a minute, that's something about right. If you're doing a bit more, you're either quite advanced in this movement, you can speed it up, or you're just done a bit too quick, so slow it down. Just like a lot of gymnastics movements, it's not always about how many reps you can do, it's how well you can do it, and how slow, the time and attention you can do that exercise. Once we've done that, a few other movements, won't spend too much longer on this. A few other things we can do. We can try and get into this position a bit more creatively. How to put it. So, hands down, head down. Now the feet are here on the floor ready, and now we're looking to bring them up. Pull that weight back down, and then pull. When we're up in the air, we can look to bring those feet out to the side, keeping those legs straight, and then back in, and also keeping those legs straight, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Like so. Give that a go, guys. Give that a go, guys. Let me know how you get on. Please be careful. Always best to have someone spot you. Always best to have someone around, and always best not to progress before you're ready. Thank you for watching in. If you'd like any more workshops, please let me know, and I'll be happy to put some videos up.